Hi, Rob Dayton from the Master's Program, and I have a question for you. Are you one who runs to adversity? Do you embrace it? Or are you one who runs from adversity? This is an important question, particularly for our Master's Program journey. You know, balance, margin, focus, our life mastery, controlling those things or getting good at those things that only God's given us to do, and then life mission, taking on what God's created us to do uniquely. Those two things mean that we're going to meet adversity. And the Master's Program is typically a 3-year program. It turns out adversity hits Americans on average 2.5 times every decade. So someone in the room at the Master's Program most likely is going to run into adversity. And that's important because we want to coach you through adversity. Jesus has so much to say on adversity, and that could look like a health crisis, that could look like something going wrong with your kids, that could look like maybe it's a collision, maybe it's something at work, you get fired, you get laid off, something goes really wrong in business. This is the kind of adversity I'm talking about. And when Jesus talks about adversity, he talks about it from the standpoint as in that all things are working together for our good, and that we are to consider it pure joy. Those are some of my hinge verses that I really run to, because God does not cause evil. He does not cause the adverse situation, but He uses it to maximize our growth, to maximize how we're shaped, how our calling gets accentuated or specialized. And so it's really critical that we have a joy mentality when adversity comes along, when we, as James says, that as a trial comes along, that we experience joy. Have you done that? Have you been able to actually experience joy and to think about joy, or to cultivate an emotional, joyful response in view of adversity? Well, I got to tell you, I've been working on this for many years, and adversity has come around once again for us, for Nancy and I, and she just had a biopsy, came back positive for cancer. Here we go, adversity. So we've been training in this for so long, and we've had so many opportunities, adversity to come. We've learned that there's an upgrade if all things work together for our good. And God doesn't cause the cancer, but He uses the cancer to display His glory, to grow us into people that are like Him, that aren't afraid in the storm, but command the storm to be still, and to grow in that experience. So we are, as James would say, we're letting endurance have its perfect work. It doesn't mean that we're not plagued in the middle of the night by a fearful thought. It doesn't mean that we're saying, oh my gosh, how does this change this season, which is a complicated season for both of us. We're both high achievers. But it does mean that we are resting in the knowledge that there is going to be an upgrade. We do not know what it is, but I can tell you, and you think about yours on the other side of every single trial you've been through, there is an upgrade. There's some kind of growth that's added to your capability and your unique ability to actually transform in the way God's designed you to do just that. So I would encourage you to continue to press in, to continue to think about cultivating joy in an adverse situation. Think of it as like entering the gym. Everything that's in the gym, all that pain is actually for our good. Endurance requires an endurance of pain in adversity, and in those places where it's challenging, that's where we grow. The joyful expression may be about the opportunity to grow, because without adversity, we're not going to grow as fast or be as effective in the way God wants to use us. So let that be an encouragement for you. I pray that it blesses you, and I pray and bless you to have joy in the trial. See you soon.